time no see. How's everyone doing? I thought there's a lot of fear in the market right now, so now's the time to do the video just so everyone understands where we are and what's happening and where I think we are in the market with Bitcoin, and I'm going to tell you what I'm rotating to now. Like, guys, everyone's scared. I think I'll explain why I'm not scared and why I'm going to start rotating into more risk on assets. But don't get me wrong, guys, we are now looking to try and hunt down this top. You know, if we can just jump in straight into it now, you know, we've got like a very rough timing window, say Bitcoin October, Ethereum kind of November-ish, looking on past timing data. So we got this window here. So we're in September now. We've got the monthly close. We're getting ready to go. But we have to start looking. We need to catch this move here that's going to come, and then depend on the price action timing, take profits and get out. But first of all, what I'm going to do is break down the Bitcoin price just like I do in the daily updates, and then I'm going to go into detail on my altcoin plan. As you guys know, I got into Ethereum at a very, very good price down here on my average buy. I used my system to rotate out of Bitcoin into Ethereum, and I've ridden this right up, and now I think this move is not coming to an end. Ethereum will carry on going up, but I think there's coins that will go up harder than Bitcoin. So this is just basically riding this wave up, jumping off and jumping on another one to ride it up, essentially. But I'm going to put my case forward for what I'm going to do, and so you guys understand it as well. But let's just get straight into Bitcoin. We'll go into the price action, go into the liquidity levels, and we'll take it from there. So let's go on to big picture like we normally do. As you guys know, we have the head and shoulders here, here. That's the neckline. We got a breakout, it retested, and it's moving up. Superb. And then that measured move is from this yellow line here. So this will give us a weekly head and shoulders target. This is on the weekly time frame, really. This is how I'm differentiating between the two, of around about 130. So on this breakout and retest, we also have another head and shoulders. As you can see, shoulder, head, shoulder, breakout, retest, off we go. So everyone's panicking right now, but if you look at the price action, you know, there's nothing to panic about right now. Right now, it's just at... Do you remember when this big head and shoulders were coming out? We got the breakout when it was retested here, and it was very, very scary time. This is exactly what it feels like now. Very scary time. But we're just on a head and shoulders breakout retest. And we got this down, we got the trend line in place, and we're looking for the breakout to follow this up. So big picture, Bitcoin, still bullish, still happy with how things are going. Like I said in the last video, if I'm not posting anything, just stay bullish. I'll only post if I'm changing my portfolio, or I'm taking profits, or I'm selling, or you know that. And I thought, it's been a while, you know, the market's getting a bit scary, let's just come in, stable things down, and let me show you guys how I plan to do my rotation. And the way I do it, you can do it with your coins as well if you fancy it, because it's just going to show you the kind of the method of how it works, and why it works as well. So let's have a quick wee drink here. As always, guys, this will be a long one, so get yourself a cup of tea, a beer, whatever you want. So right now the price action is saying we've got a hit the large head and shoulders target of 130, and this head and shoulders target here, you know, we get it from here, measure from top to bottom, and that gives us a head and shoulders target of around about 150. So we've still got these two big targets to hit. and I believe we definitely will be hitting them. So on the price action, on the charts, very happy with how things are going. Let's look at the liquidity. Let's see what could be going on in this world. So across all the exchanges, Binance, OKX, Bybit, aggregates all this up. Look guys, this is where the current price is. Here's the price. These are the cumulative leveraged longs and shorts. So this is in billions. This this green line here and the red line. So the red line is long liquidations. So as you can see, all the longs have pretty much been liquidated. I might go to 105 and take the rest of that. But guys, look at the shorts. Look at the shorts. It's $16 billion. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know the market does not leave that there. It never leaves it there. So no matter what, price is going to go up before it goes down at the very best case scenario. So if you're worried about selling now, at least guys, sell when all this is liquidated, because price will get up here. And then let's have a look on the heat map. Now if we go into the 2 weeks, as you can see guys, anyone that doesn't know this, this is basically just a heat map of where the liquidity would be, and price tends to follow liquidity because the market makers will try and grab this and push price towards it because everyone gets liquidated and they make all the money. Now, to work out how much these levels are, of course you can put your hand over each line and see it. But as a quick guidance, you've got a scale from 0, which is this dark purple, which is something like here, and bright yellow is currently 168 million. Now every time you change your time frame, you need to just look at this just as a guidance. But as you can see, look at all these, that individual level right there is 151. That individual level right there, I can get it, is 133. So there's huge liquidity on this chart and on this chart for Bitcoin. So we are all happy there. We've got the charts, they're looking good. We've got liquidity looking good. Now, let's have a look at the EMA ribbon. Let me get on the daily. Look. All this support here if we need it. If we need it, we've got all this support. Ribbon's opened up, it's compressed, it's expanded. It's opened up, it's compressed, it's expanded. And now it might compress a little bit and then it'll expand for this final move that we're trying to get. We're trying to run the last of it off. And as you can see here, we also have the bull market support band. So this level is absolutely solid. We have the horizontal from the last previous highs. We've also got the neckline from the head and shoulders pattern. We also have the bull market support band, and we have the EMA ribbon. As you can see, price might jump right down into it, but the EMA ribbon will spring it out. So even if it goes further, we've still got lots of support here. And the further it goes down, the stronger these EMAs are. So price is on top of all the support right now, so there's no need to worry. We're in a good position. And to make it feel even better, because it feels so bearish and we're at support, very good sign. So Bitcoin, we're covered that. We're looking to try and get this move. We're looking to get this last push up, wherever it may end up. We're looking to get this. Now, what could trigger this move? What have we got going on in around about 2 weeks here? we have the FOMC meeting, and it's highly likely they are going to announce rate cuts. That rate cut narrative is going to send everything massively high. It's going to be what everyone's been waiting for. And, excuse me, let's have a wee drink here. You can see price come down here, maybe a couple of weeks, consolidate here, and then get the rate cut news, and off it goes. Now guys, this rate cut, everyone's bullish on this. That's what everyone's been waiting for. But there is something to be wary of here. If we are cutting rates when the market is in good health and normalization, and we're all happy with that, that is absolutely brilliant. The data shows price after 3, 6, 9, 12 months is all higher. You know, it's going to rip roar. We've got no issues. But if the Fed starts cutting interest rates when there is issues under the hood of the economy, then the data shows we're going to be in trouble. Price is going to go down. Now, what normally happens is, when that happens, is we get the rate cuts, everyone gets super excited, and you get a couple of months and everything starts going bullish and everything's screaming and it's all going off, and then it starts coming down. Now, if we get the rate cut in September and we get a couple of months of very bullish news from the rate cuts and things start moving up and all that, and then we get all the euphoria, and look, in October and November, that's been our timing window for when this is going to finish. So that times up perfectly with the Bitcoin cycle, and because the economy is not in good shape, the numbers keep on getting revised down. I think they're just patching the numbers up until they get to the end of this year, and then that's when it's all going to come apart. So this lines up with the Bitcoin cycle, also lines up with the interest rate cut and having a couple of months after the first cut. So what we need to do is just get out this year at some point, and then I'll be able to help you get through that, guys. No bother whatsoever. So what's my plan? So, as you know, as I explained, I got into Ethereum at a good price. I rotated a lot into it because the narrative of Ethereum at that time was absolutely dog shit. It was just, it is dead. You know, everyone fought it. And then with my system, I knew we were coming into a chance where we could bounce. So I layered in all the way down here. I even got, the best price I got was 1400. I actually had my buys going down to 1200, but I didn't get that. So we did well there. We've ridden this up. Now, do I think Bitcoin, Ethereum is going to come down and it's not going to make? No, I don't think that. I think it's going to break out. It's going to make new all-time highs, and it's going to go firing up. And I think 7 to 10 grand. I think 10 grand is a reaching, but 7.5 to 10 grand I think is a solid return on Ethereum, because we have here, you know, we have this trend line going all the way up here, so we can follow this. This takes us somewhere between 9 grand, 8 grand depending. We also have this move here, this huge hit there, and we get a measured move up to here, 7. We've also got some fibs here as well, so we're kind of seeing, and then on the previous one it went 2x the all-time high, so let's just say we do 3x the all-time high, so let's just say we do 2x the all-time high this time. So you can see a lot of confluence aligning around this 7.5 to 10 grand. So I think Bitcoin, Ethereum will be running up into there, but I think there's going to be coins that are going to be running harder than Ethereum as it starts breaking out. Once Ethereum breaks out here, Ethereum's going to run, and then some alts are going to run really hard. that's going to be the trigger for some of the other alts to start flying. But like I said previously, I don't think it's going to be all the alts that are going to run. And especially, you know, now time has passed on, you can see retail just isn't here. They're just not here. It's like, it's more of an institutional driven alt season. So this is where I started piecing my plan together of what I'm going to rotate into and why. So if it's institutional led altcoins, they can only run on ETFs. So then I started looking at what ETFs are available. You've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum. I've pretty much taken this huge run off Ethereum, which is sound. And now I want it to rotate into an altcoin that's going to have an ETF. So I did some research, and then there are 3 coins that have their very last deadline decision to have an ETF accepted in October. So you see how that guys line up. So in October, November, we're expecting a top, and these alts ETFs are getting announced just when we're expecting a top. And what happens last time for every cycle? Bitcoin future launches, that was at the top, dump. Bitcoin futures ETF, that was at the top, dump. So this time, the 3 coins, Solana, Dogecoin, and XRP, they'll get their ETFs announced, and there's potentially ADA and SUI, but they have more time. They can be pushed back if they want. But these 3 coins, Doge, Solana, and XRP, forgetting how to speak here, they have to be announced in October, yes or no, and they're going to be announced, yes. So if we look at the previous ones, like I said, whenever these ETFs announce, it's always a top. So why can't it be the top for when Solana, Dogecoin, and XRP gets announced? So that is my narrative for it. So right now I've got the 3 coins, and I'm looking which ones are the best to rotate into. And for me, I started looking. Before I go into that, I'll just show you a couple of charts here. Let me get into it here. So this coin, this one here, as you can see, another reason why I'm rotating out of Ethereum. Others, all the altcoins minus the top 10. So it's the degenerate coins. As you can see, they tend to run almost as an oscillator. And when price is going up, others is outperforming Ethereum. And when price goes down, Ethereum is outperforming the rest of the alt market. So as you can see, Ethereum has outrun it, and we're coming to a very strong bounce back period area where it's likely to bounce and potentially go back up again. And that's when the altcoins will start running. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, Ethereum's almost done its run against the alts. And then I'm looking at this. This is total 3. So this is minus the stable coins. So this is all the coins, all the alt market, minus stable coins, minus Ethereum, and minus Bitcoin. And look, you've also got an oscillator here, and very similar. Ethereum is almost done running against the likes of ADA, XRP, and all the other altcoins. So you can see Ethereum's coming to the end of the run here, and I'm looking to rotate into it. So what can I rotate into? We've got our selection. We've got Solana, Dogecoin, or XRP. So I'm looking at the dominances here, and I'm going to have a look. As you can see, I've got some here, little ones that I was testing out. Let's have a look at Solana versus Ethereum. Now, I could have sworn Or is this on the other chart? Yeah, it's in the other chart. So, as you can see, I've already got these marked up. That 15th of December. You can see the Solana dominance is outrun Ethereum. It's making higher highs and higher lows. And I've got this tracked. It's on a weekly chart now, so we can take it down to daily. I've got this tracked here. It's broke out and it's getting a retest. But this is Solana dumping against Ethereum. Ethereum is outpacing Solana on this down here. And now we're about to see Solana potentially start making the breakout. And it's also bounced. It's swept under the 50% level, and we've got a potential breakout on this trend line here. So for me, right now, you know, this is looking like a strong contender. But I also need to check the other ones. So let's have a look. 50% is hit, and it's broken out of its trend line. Let's have a look how Dogecoin is looking. Now, this is a little bit different. This has dumped down a lot further. You can see Solana's at its 50%. This is past its 78% retracement. And it's just hanging under this main support. So, this is not in good position as Solana, in my humble opinion. It's not showing its strength against Ethereum. It's Ethereum has really battered that down. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking Solana's the one just now. Definitely the one. Let's look at XRP. XRP is looking better than Dogecoin, but not as good as Solana. You can see there's a level here where prices respected this all the way from 2017 all the way up here, so that's a strong level. We've got a retracement into the 618 onto that level there, so it's looking pretty solid as well. And let me just say, on top of, oh sorry, that's the chart there. Let me go back on to XRP. Do I have XRP? No, I don't. Okay, so let's just go into the charts. All these charts have bullish divergence as well, and the stochastic RSI at right bottom, and looking for a MACD crossover. Dogecoin, looking for the crossover, bullish divergence, stochastic down. And Solana, stochastic down. It's just starting to reach up now, starting to curve, and we've got bullish divergence. So this is really looking like these coins are primed to go. So when I think about the narrative, we've got the narrative for these coins. When I look at the charts, Solana is the best chart out of them. It's looking with more strength. And then I think of sentiment, Solana is the one that has been battered. It was almost not as bad as Ethereum a few months ago, but it's like Solana's almost dead. You know, it ran up well with the memes, but then the memes left and no one's using it anymore. And this all started when Ethereum started running. And as you can see, it's pulled back into a price. But if we zoom out here, you can see price here. Let me just see price comes up, comes down, comes up, comes down. And it's following this channel up here. And if it can just tag this bottom trend line, that would make sense to me, you know, there. And how would we get that flush out? You know, the fact that we're flushing down into this rate cut and everyone's terrified, that's exactly what we need. If price was absolutely ripping into this rate cut, you know, I'd be selling it on that rate cut, because it'll be buy it and sell the news. But this is dumping into it and everyone's terrified. So say if we get a dump further now, you know, one last shakeout before, Solana will dump hard on Ethereum and that will take it down to this channel. And that would be a brilliant entry, and it would also be a retest of this trend line here. So you can see it's broken out, comes back for a retest, and it moves up. Now, and when it comes back for that retest, this is where I'm looking to potentially do the rotation. Or if price doesn't come this far and price actions tell me to get in now, And I'm going to make a decision at some point. But right now, for me, Solana is the pick to rotate out of my Ethereum into Solana because it's got the sentiment, it's got the narrative, and it's got the price action all working for it. And if we are going to get this blow off top, the ETF's announced, it all runs up, blows off, and then we're laughing, boys, we're laughing. Now, the way I've done this here, you can do this with your altcoins as well. If you want to rotate, I'm not too sure if you do, but I just want to confirm and just clarify. I don't think Ethereum's not going to make a new all-time high or anything like that. It's going to run up, but it's just not going to run up harder. I think Solana is going to. It's time for Solana to outpace Ethereum. And with all that news, yeah, I think we'll get a big move off that. So if you want to do that with your coins, if you're happy with where you are, that's fine. Hold on to them, but you need to start looking. Just start accepting it that the cycle is most likely going to finish this year. And what areas are you looking to take profit? How are you going to do it? What are you thinking? Or are you just going to long? Are you just going to hold it until the next cycle? Whatever you just want to do. But for me, I've run up Ethereum. I now want to rotate into some bigger cap alts. And, if by any luck we get a chance to rotate from, say for example, I run into Solana from here, and Solana runs up here, superb. If I then get a chance to rotate into some smaller alts, just by chance, if they're all popping, I'll definitely do that. But for me, I'm going to run this, I'm going to run up Solana, and I think this is most likely going to be the point where I exit the cycle. And then I buy back again in around about a year's time. So, have your exit plan tuned up, get it ready to go. If you need to rotate, you want to set up for this last run, then have a look at your charts, compare them against each other. Say, for example, you have ADA, and you're looking that maybe you want to rotate into AVAX. So you want to hit AVAX / ADA. And if AVAX is looking like a strong chart, or it's had a pullback like this and it's ready to bounce, and you rotate into it. But yeah, only do it if you're confident and you kind of understand what you're kind of doing there as well, because 9 times out of 10, if you play it too cute, too sexy, you get yourself out the market, then you forget to get, no, you don't forget yourself, get back in, price doesn't let you get in. It just goes absolutely off, and then it doesn't let you in. So sometimes it is better just to stay in the market and not rotate out. But for me, I've got so much probability here that we're going to get a bounce due to sentiment, narrative, and price action that I'm willing to take the risk to rotate into this. So whatever you do, if you're rotating, make sure you understand the risks. Make sure you have multiple reasons layered on top of each other why you're going to do this. And if you need any help or any of that, maybe just put a comment on here. I can give you charts I once over just to clarify if you need any help with anything. And obviously, the tax man will have his slice if you rotate and then buy in again and sell out in a month's time or whatever. But I am not a tax fan. I cannot give you financial advice on charts or on taxes because, no. So that's it, guys. Just to reiterate what our plan is, we're going to get in from ETH into Solana, and we're going to use the Solana Ethereum on the USD pair. We're going to use Solana Ethereum on the dominance pair. We're also going to look at Solana on the USD pair for the technical breakout to see how that looks, and the Solana dominance as well. We can look at this as well. So put it all together, guys. Either if you are rotating, you need to have a bloody good reason to do it. You need to add up all your confluences, layer them on top of each other. If you're happy, do the rotation, think about the taxes. If you're not, you don't want to risk it, which is absolutely fair enough. I'm only risking this because it is really layered up against Ethereum there. I can see that. And I'm not even going to put 100% of it. I might just do 50% and DCA down or something. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still just looking at the price action to do it. If not, hold on to your bags. We're going to try and get this last huge run up. And then, guys, we're going to look to try and take some profits. So, let us know if you like this video. Hopefully you found some useful. Obviously some guys are in Ethereum into Solana, but I think you can learn from the process of me working out what charts to move into, what coins to rotate into. You can replicate it with anything, you know. So you've got this kind of process to sense check what coins, because, you know, even like here, I'm going through all these on the Ethereum dominance, and just checking them all out, and I'm like, yeah. Then, you know, it just so happens like the Solana ones and that, potentially Sui as well. But I think Sui has, you know, if they announce Sui and ADA, that'll be a big one, because that's kind of, it has the potential, but they've still got dates to push it back. But if they can't push back Solana, Dogecoin, or XRP, so that's definitely going to be announced. But if there's a lot of institutions in Sui, like people say, then they might have a chance of just letting them two go to let the people out, let the investors out of Sui and ADA, sell into the ETFs, exit it all. We get the dump down and buy back in again. So guys, hope you like it. Obviously I used to post so much more. Unfortunately life is life is a bit wild at the moment. Let's just say that. And I'm not posting anywhere near enough. But I will answer all your comments. I will try and post some more now, because for me I'm really starting to hunt down the top, so you probably will see more of me. I need to just find the time to do this to help you out, guys, but I will post if I'm ever selling or changing. If I'm not, long and strong. Nice one, guys. Hope you had a good weekend, and I'll speak to you again sometime in the future. Cheers. Bye.